Welcome to the Deeper Thinking podcast. In the British comedy sketch from That Mitchell and Webb Look, two Nazi officers portrayed by David Mitchell and Robert Webb begin to question their role in World War II. The humour lies in the absurdity of two individuals serving a clear villain while questioning their role too late.
Hans, I've just noticed something. Have you looked at our caps recently?
Our caps?
The badges on our caps. Have you looked at them?
What? No. A bit?
They've got skulls on them. Have you noticed that our caps have actually got little pictures of skulls on them?
I don't,
Hans, are we the baddies?
This scenario is strikingly relevant to contemporary discussions about artificial intelligence. While we create increasingly advanced AI systems, there's little introspection on whether these innovations are pushing us into dangerous territory. As the sketch suggests, it's easy to overlook the obvious when you're caught up in the moment. Technological progress, especially in AI, often comes with lofty promises, solving critical global issues and enhancing human life in ways previously unimaginable. Yet, behind these optimistic narratives lie risks that we may only fully understand when it's too late. Just as the soldiers overlooked the ominous symbols on their uniforms, developers, corporations, and governments might be ignoring red flags in their pursuit of AI dominance. One major issue is the illusion of control. We assume that because we design AI, we can predict and guide its behavior. This confidence feels misplaced when considering AI's increasing autonomy. Autonomous weapons systems and algorithmic decision-making in sensitive areas like justice and finance illustrate how human oversight can diminish over time. We may find ourselves asking whether the systems we built are working for us or dictating terms we're powerless to reject. Compounding the problem is the persistent bias present in AI models. Unlike the skulls in the sketch, these biases aren't always obvious. Instead, they manifest subtly in hiring algorithms that favor certain demographics or predictive policing tools that target marginalized groups. While the rhetoric around AI emphasizes objectivity and fairness, its real-world application often reinforces existing inequalities. Without careful examination, these biases risk becoming entrenched in ways that are difficult to reverse. Beyond bias, there's the existential concern around artificial general intelligence, AGI, machines capable of surpassing human intelligence. Though it sounds like science fiction, serious efforts are being made toward achieving AGI. If successful, such systems could act with goals entirely misaligned with ours. The question isn't whether an AGI would be evil, but whether its actions, driven by a logic we don't fully comprehend, could cause irreparable harm. This fear echoes the soldiers' that realization in the sketch. Sometimes you don't notice you're heading toward catastrophe until it's right in front of you. Despite these risks, AI development continues at breakneck speed, often driven by profit and geopolitical competition. Policymakers are struggling to keep up, resulting in a lack of robust regulatory frameworks. Ethical guidelines, where they exist, tend to be vague or voluntary, offering little protection against misuse. While innovation is necessary, the absence of accountability leaves us vulnerable to outcomes that could have been avoided with more foresight. Ultimately, the Mitchell and Webb sketch reminds us that self-awareness is crucial, especially when we hold power. Those in charge of AI development need to ask hard questions. Are we acting in the best interests of humanity, or are we unwittingly creating problems we don't yet understand? The ability to pause, reflect, and make ethical choices might determine whether AI becomes a tool for good or an uncontrollable force. We're the only species driven to invent its own irrelevance, and we do it with zeal. There's something unsettling about that. Humans have always built tools to enhance their lives, but now we're building machines that might outgrow us. Yet knowing we have a choice doesn't make it easier. We're designing systems that could outthink and outcreate us. For centuries, human worth has been tied to labor. Work wasn't just a way to earn a living, it shaped identity, community, and meaning. Now, machines threaten to take over roles we thought were uniquely ours. This isn't another technological shift that demands we find new jobs. It's a reckoning with the idea that many jobs may no longer need us. We're dragging outdated notions of productivity into a world that no longer runs on human labor. AI is reshaping the world in ways we can't ignore, economically, socially, existentially. The temptation to look away is strong, but it's a dangerous illusion. The longer we avoid the truth, the less control we have over what comes next. Comfort won't help us now. We need clarity. Clarity means asking harder questions and resisting the urge to cling to outdated roles. How do we ensure technology amplifies human potential rather than erases it? How do we prevent AI from deepening inequality and disconnection? How do we create a world where being human still matters when machines outmatch us in so many ways? The risks posed by AI are no longer speculative. They are already visible in biased algorithms shaping critical decisions and in the unrestrained pursuit of artificial general intelligence. Much like the soldiers coming to terms with the ominous symbols on their uniforms, we too must recognize the potential consequences of our actions. Without thoughtful reflection and proactive intervention, we risk creating a future where the question, "Are we the baddies?" is met with a troubling truth. Thank you for listening to the Deeper Thinking podcast, an audio essay read by Holly, our digital narrator. Until next time.